Welcome back to the Diecast Racing Network. I'm your host, Diecast Dude Racer, and we're going to start round 2 of the Import vs. Euro Series with Group A. Bringing back Bam Bam, the V-Man, Horn Solo, and Dragon McTiger. Last week, Dragon McTiger got himself the first win of round 1. The V-Man followed it up with wins in races 2 and 3. Before Bam Bam got himself a win to put us where we're at today in round 2. Group B lies in waiting. They'll have their opportunity in due time. But for today, it's going to be Group A as we start round number 2 next. Horn Solo and Bam Bam will occupy that front row here for race number 1. As we get underway, everyone gets up to speed. It'll be Horn Solo into turn number 1 by himself, into turn number 2, bumps off the side of the bridge and gets down to the finish line just ahead of Dragon McTiger, followed by Bam Bam, and then V-Man there in 4th place. Not something that we're accustomed to seeing from the V-Man, but he'll have plenty of the round to go. Horn Solo starting on the front row. Needed to get something done. He got something done early. First race, gets himself in the win column, and that's a good start to the round. Dragon McTiger right on his bumper. And there's your results for race number 1. Horn Solo again on that front row. He'll have an opportunity to really do some damage here if he can get out in front. But it's going to be Dragon McTiger down to turn number 1 first. The V-Man cuts down in front of Horn Solo as well, and it's going to be a battle between Dragon McTiger and the V-Man. And it will be Dragon McTiger taking race number 2 as he pushed into turn number 1 just ahead of V-Man. The V-Man jumps right ahead of Horn Solo. Horn Solo wasn't done. He almost caught back up. But it was Dragon McTiger with that clean air. With a little assistance from the V-Man right here, he gets into the back of them. Horn Solo tried to take out the V-Man here. Took himself out instead. And while we take a quick break, let's not forget, next week, we'll be running the end of round 2 to get our next 2 drivers for the semifinals. And it'll be Group B, with Lily the Dog slight lead over O'Connor. That'll be Group B. But for right now, it's race number 3 as the V-Man finally gets out in front. Dragon McTiger turns himself around, and before you know it, the V-Man right back in the action. He got to turn 1 clean. I don't think there was any turning back from there. Dragon McTiger spins it around. Not going to catch him in reverse. I'm no expert, but it's going to be tough to catch them in reverse. Here we see Dragon McTiger throwing it in reverse as the V-Man launches off the track just after the finish line. And there is the V-Man starting to reel Dragon McTiger in as we are down to the final race in round number 2. And it'll be the V-Man once again out in front, and it'll be Dragon McTiger again spinning around. They'll get bunched up at the finish line, but I don't think it's going to matter as the V-Man and Dragon McTiger once again finish 1 and 2. They get bunched up there at the end, but I think that's just the result of giving it everything they had to make it out of round number 2. Orange Solo and Bam gave it a great effort, but they'll be heading home. The V-Man and Dragon McTiger both switching spots from round 1 to round 2. But it's enough. It's enough. The top 2 from each group moving on to the semifinals. The V-Man with 26 points. Dragon McTiger with 23. We'll see how that stacks up when we find out who will be joining out of Group B. Lily the Dog, O'Connor, Jay, Scooter Roundwell. Who's it going to be? We'll find out next week on the Diecast Racing Network. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.